There is always one and two people in the comment section quick to talk about narcissism is about selfish people, like that's all there is to narcissism, being selfish. If you're always going to put that in the comments, people who are being aware of these things now are going to think, oh, so these narcissists are only selfish people, highly selfish. Oh, so I can change him, I can change her, and get themselves into a whole heap of mess with a narcissist they never had no business getting into to begin with. Okay? Yes, we know that narcissists are selfish and it's across a spectrum. Yes, we know that. But when we are online talking about narcissism and narcissistic abuse, we are not talking about the light spectrum of the narcissism continuum. We are talking about the dark spectrum of the continuum. Okay? These are the narcissists that their eyes change, they are demon possessed, their face been morphing before our eyes, they are highly destructive, highly demonic. These narcissists are what we are talking about, okay? Not the light spectrum narcissist that can be diagnosed and helped, because there are some levels of narcissism. The further you go on the spectrum, they cannot help these people. Even psychology says it. Once you are diagnosed on a certain level of the spectrum, they cannot help you. Okay? Those are the narcissists we talking about. The more demons you got, the more likely you are to be diagnosed with narcissism, okay? That's why we always saying it is a spiritual thing. The Bible proves that it's a spiritual thing. Y'all just don't want to believe it because y'all think you could jump in and help people and be the, oh, I'ma save him, oh, I'ma save her type of person. Okay? This especially goes for y'all that love to call yourself empaths. You always want to save everybody. You always want to heal everybody. You cannot save a narcissistic person who is demonically possessed, love the demons that they're playing with, and love what they do, and you think you're just gonna whoops in like Superman or Superwoman and change people. You got another thing coming, because behaviors like that will let you ignore red flags, drop your boundaries, in the name of saving and healing people that didn't tell you that they want to be saved and healed in the first place. Because most narcissists will tell you, I don't want to go to therapy, I don't want no counseling, I don't want no this, I don't want no that. Does that sound like people who want to be healed and saved to you? No. So let's get into what the Bible says about these types of narcissists on the dark side of the spectrum that you ain't got no business investing your all in. If you want to pray for them, that's your time and energy going into that. Okay? But pouring out your all, talking about you're going to heal and you're going to save people out here, which even psychology looked at them and said, we can't help these folks. Psychology can't help them. How are you going to help them? You going to cast some demons out of them? Because that's the only thing psychology is left to do. Pick up the phone and calls them NPD narcissists and exorcist, because they can't help them. They told you this. So why are you gonna jump in the comment section talking about narcissism is highly selfish people, please? So if you turn to 2 Timothy chapter 3, it says, you can be certain that in the last days there will be some very hard times. Most people will only be lovers of themselves and money. They will be proud, arrogant, rude, and disobedient to their parents. They will be ungrateful and not set apart. Already, these are some of the traits of narcissistic people. Very proud, very arrogant. You can't tell them nothing. Very rude to people, especially those behind closed doors. Very disobedient to their parents. They are the most ungrateful set of people you will ever come across. They are always the ones always begging people, do this for me, give me that. And then they're the same ones who will say, nobody ever does anything for me. The same ones who you will see 1,000,001 people behind them, pushing them, investing into them, supporting them, lowering their self so they could uplift the narcissist. And the narcissist will still be the one telling strangers, no one ever does anything for me. Ungrateful. And they are not set apart. They are not set apart because they do not delight in anything that does with light work and set apartness and being righteous. These are the same narcissists that when you was in a relationship with them, go back down memory lane, they was trying to tell you, let's go smoke like old times, knowing you were trying to kick the smoking habit. They were the ones trying to encourage you, let's continue the shacking up relationship, knowing that pastor was pressuring you to go get married. Your intuition was telling you, stop the fornicating. The narcissist didn't want to marry you and was saying, oh, it's just a piece of paper. They don't like nothing to do with set apartness. They will encourage you to defile your body. They will encourage you to go in the opposite direction of the commandments of the Most High. They will encourage you to do everything that is of darkness work and not light work, right? Which is why when they were carrying on the narcissistic abuse, it was to get you to be a more of a submissive person, a people pleaser, so that you would go down that path that they were pointing you towards, okay? So that is why these people are highly manipulative, and they use this tactic called manipulation to the T to get you to be a people pleaser and a yes man, so that you will deviate more and more, not just to reap stuff from you, but also to push you in a unhealed zone where they are. Hopefully you might become just like them if you're not careful. Verse 3. They will also be heartless and hateful. Their words will be cruel, and they will have no self-control or empathy. These people will hate everything that is good. Look, stay tuned for part 2.